We're not at a local bank. It's a typical day at the Lincoln County Treasurer's Office. If you own property in Lincoln County, November 15th is a very important date. It's that time when the first payment of your annual property tax is due. Those taxes help support police, fire protection, education, and other services. But before the tax bill can go out, there's a long process that involves two key county departments. It starts in the assessor's office. Meet Rob Thomas, Lincoln County Assessor.
Well, each year, of course, stands on its own, and each year is a little different than the last one. And as we all know right now, the market's a little soft, to say the least. As a result, market values have been dropping somewhat. But again, we don't assess on market value, we assess on maximum assessed value. Right now, the maximum assessed value for residential properties is just a little more than 50% of the market value. So in order for your taxes to be impacted, the actual market value would have to drop all the way down to and below where the maximum assessed value is now. That is to say, about 50% of the value right now is not being taxed.
It's that assessment process that often stumps property owners. In Oregon, all values are based on Measure 50 formulas set a decade ago.
We don't any longer assess on market value. We assess on maximum assessed value that was set by the implementation of Measure 50 back in 1997. That is, if you'll recall, we took the 1995 value minus 10% and put that on the roll in 1997 as the maximum assessed value. Since that time, we would raise the value not more than 3% per year, or the real market value, whichever was the lower of the two. So 3% increase is probably what the majority of people are going to see in their tax bill.
It used to be if you wanted information on any parcel in Lincoln County, you either had to call the assessor's office or physically come in here and access it on the computer. But now, things have changed. You can do it right from home.
And here's the assessor's web page. To access Quick Search, again, go to the menu on the left-hand side, find Quick Search, highlight it, click on it, and you're in Quick Search. Let's put in a house number, 123, and search on that. That brings up all houses in Lincoln County that have a house number of 123. The hot link is the view. If you would like to see the appraisal card for that property, click on View. And it also has the sales information, and it also has a value history in this block, and of course the owner. And there's a hot link to the map.
Say you want to take issue with your property's valuation. There's an appeal process in place to deal with that concern.
The first step would be to the Board of Property Tax Appeals. You can start such an appeal right after the tax statements come out. If you feel that the value is incorrect, you should have the Board of Property Tax Appeals review your value. It's a free service. It is appointed citizens of this county, overseen by the county clerk's office, and it's an excellent process, and frankly, I would recommend it.
When the annual tax roll is ready, it's time to head across the hall with Linda Pilson. She's Deputy Treasurer Tax Collector for Lincoln County. Her office sends out the bills in late October, and soon afterward, the payments start coming.
It's really amazing to see when those tax statements hit the mailbox. We mail out no later than October 25th. That afternoon, we will have people lined up at the counter ready to pay.
Every dollar of the $65 million a year collected in Lincoln County comes through this office. Linda Pilson points to efficiencies like computerized files and the cash counting machine.
During tax time, we would bring in 5 temporary helpers. They would be here from October, possibly through December. But with the computer system, we are down to 1 temp that comes in end of October, first part of November, and works to the end of November.
If your tax bill isn't automatically being paid by your mortgage company, there are several ways to make payments. They include mail, in person, or online.
They can also make payments monthly. They do not have to pay the full 1/3 or the full amount. They can do partial payments. They will get charged interest if they don't make that first full, the first third payment by November 15th. But if they pay on a continual basis, it doesn't add up to a lot of interest.
You can find out all about payment schedules and how the online system works by visiting the Lincoln County Treasurer website. Click on Payment Options. There's also a sample tax statement explained and a form to update your address. If you have questions, their phone number is 265-4139. The assessor website shows the top 10 county taxpayers, where all the money comes from and where it's spent, plus more about the appeals process. You can call the assessor at 265-4102.